Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Weigh-In. This is a third episode reflecting on the fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder that's just happened in Las Vegas, the rematch. And what a match. Matt, what's your response to the fight, and how do you evaluate both fighters' performance?
Well, I mean, it was a absolutely amazing performance by Tyson Fury. I mean, he came out and did exactly what he said he was going to do, which was dominate and knock out Wilder.
That was one of the best fights I've seen in ages. I mean, he was so focused. There's no showboating, and as I said, Wilder he had a lot of heart for that. A lot of heart. Yeah. And if you don't know, Tyson Fury won. Not
TKO
in round,
TKO, yeah. The team threw the corner team through the towel.
Yeah.
But I mean, the telling thing was the literally last 10 seconds of the second round where Wilder threw like a running right hand, missed, and instead of Fury moving out the way, he just turned around and smacked him in the face and pushed him into the corner. Wilder thought, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, but I mean, I think the extra weight for Fury and the focus, you could see it on his face. That was unbelievable. It was one of the best performances I've seen in I don't even know how long. That was absolutely first class, absolutely amazing, top class.
The thing is, is the jab. You know, this time he literally just sat on the jab, so each one was literally knocking Wilder's head back off. So I mean, you could see the power in them.
Yeah. Because everyone always says, Fury doesn't have the power, but he's a big guy. I mean, he had the power tonight for sure.
20-stone guy.
That was excellent. That was absolutely a top performance. One of the best I've seen in ages.
They said the same about Mayweather, you know, because he'd always slick a move. But if he stood there and actually traded, he could always knock people down. Same with Fury.
Yeah. No, that was brilliant.
I mean, the referee I thought was a disgrace. I mean, in that third round, Fury knocked Wilder down. Wilder got up straight away. Fury knocked him down again, and the referee said it was a slip. And I mean, Wilder could hardly get up. You know, he didn't even know where he was.
I mean, I think he probably wanted to give it like every chance. To be fair, I mean, even when they threw in the towel, to be honest, when I was watching it, I was a little bit like, "Oh shit, that just happened," because it'd been like that for most of the fight anyway.
Yeah,
it wasn't like suddenly he was rocking. He was rocking from about halfway through the second round onwards.
But I think it was the right decision, because I think it was accumulation of like punishment he was taking, and they were thinking for like rounds, 4, 5, 6, maybe he'll land that one shot. But I think they realised he's got no legs at all, and so that shot that Wilder's got doesn't exist. There's no power there. Fury is literally just walking through him, so it was only going to take more and more punishment. I mean, there's no point. He's so far behind on the cards. So I mean, what a performance!
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Because the ref deducted that point as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and again, why should he have deducted the point from Fury? I mean, they were both hitting after the break, but I mean, again, I think that was the problem being in America. But as Fury said, he wouldn't leave it to the judges, and he didn't.
No, he was way too far ahead. It didn't even matter then anyway. I mean, I think it gave Wilder a slight bounce off that happened, but he was so far behind.
The bell rang in the first round, and Fury literally just sprinted across the ring. I mean, no one does that to Wilder. And Wilder, even though Fury is saying he was going to do it, there's no way he expected Fury to literally just be aggressive.
He was
walking backwards the whole time.
If you compared the first fight to the second, it was like night and day for Fury. He was so good tonight. And I mean, he was good in the first fight, but tonight he was unbelievable. He was one of the best performances I've seen.
Everybody knew that Fury is the most technically gifted fighter in the world and would be able to beat Wilder, but I don't think they thought he could beat him at his own game, which was just out-brawling him. But I mean, he just mauled him.
Yeah.
No doubt that Fury decided he showed Wilder too much respect in that first fight, because
I think so.
There was such hype about it. But he's actually just proven that, and that if Wilder can stand there and throw that shot, he can do it. But if you actually hunt him down and he's going backwards, all that power's gone from that shot.
Yeah.
And he just swung like a madman for the first 2 rounds and got nowhere near Fury. And again, when one does sort of catch Fury rides it every time. His head goes back. Looks like it's a good shot, but it didn't even hurt him at all. That cut he had wasn't even an issue. No.
I didn't think it was, to be fair. I don't know what everyone was saying about it and all, but you couldn't even see any remnant of it. I know it's not always the case. You have to see something, but he looked fine. The whole way through, he was very confident, and he backed it up. He really stepped it up. I mean, that was absolutely
unbelievable.
I mean, that is the performance of the best heavyweight in the world.
Of course, and
the best for a very long time
styles,
as well. The best for a very, very long time.
two completely different styles he's shown now, and absolutely dominating against the best fighters. Against Klitschko.
I thought this style really suited him. I really thought it was just phenomenal.
Yeah, he was so good. It was unbelievable how good.
But as I say, fair play to Wilder, because he had a lot of heart in that fight. I mean, Christ. And to be fair, he really showed, because before the Fury fights, some of the pedigree of the people he'd been fighting maybe wasn't the highest, still a bit in question. But he fought the best Fury tonight, and he really hung in there a lot. A lot of other people would never have got to that round. So more, a lot of respect to him, because he did take a lot of punches. So.
It's interesting post-fight. There was, what's going to happen next. So what it is Wilder has 30 days to agree to the rematch if he wants to use that clause. So he's got to agree to it in 30 days, put pen to paper. That's going to be tough for Wilder, because he's just taken an absolute beating, and within 4 weeks he's got to say yes to the rematch. Everyone was saying, well, maybe post-fight, maybe Fury will fight Joshua instead next, but Wilder's team, Shelley Finker and all those, said no way, Wilder's going to take this rematch. So
I can see him wanting it, because he's always wanted He's always wanted the fights. To be fair, he's never shied away from it.
No, I know what you mean, but then he's never had a beating like this. He's never even lost.
Yeah, that's true.
That changes the mindset hugely.
Yeah, it could
do. But I think Wilder's team won the fight much more for obvious reasons for the money. So they're going to put a lot of pressure on him. But I don't think, even if Wilder takes this, I don't think he's going to be in a good place mentally going into the next fight. I mean, effectively, he's lost 2 fights against Fury, and this was so conclusive that it doesn't make sense in terms of a fight other than money. And the one thing about fighting Fury, people always said, well, at least you don't get badly hurt. But if he fights like this, you do. So,
yeah, exactly. Honestly, that was like a new Tyson Fury tonight. That was top class, absolutely top class. And I think, to be honest, I don't know if AJ's going to want to fight him if he's in that.
And Eddie Hearn,
Hearn
on Talk Sport, spread all the rumours the other day. He's heard from inside Fury's camp there's been lots of problems, and it turns out that was absolute nonsense. So either Eddie Hearn's a liar, or the people that tell him information are absolute liars. But either way, Eddie Hearn's got a lot of nonsense going around.
Yeah, but that's going to be a huge fight. But after the previous fights that have happened, obviously the one in Saudi Arabia, before that, Fury has shown himself to be the lineal champion, beat Klitschko in his prime, and you can see why now. He's back to his full thing. And I'd say even better. That performance was absolutely incredible.
I think
that was boxing at its finest.
And that's 2 times like Ring Magazine champion. I think it's his 2nd time ever. So everyone regards this as the top 2 and the ultimate. So no one can argue. And again, people forget, but people forget this is in Deontay Wilder's backyard. Fury's going to America. It's so much harder. 3 American judges, American referee, all in America. That's not so easy. Your fight camps, hours
but he's
away
he's got the confidence, though, because he knows he's the best. That's why he knows he can take punches. He knows he can maneuver. He knows it, and he knew tonight. And that's what he was saying. I'm going to knock him out. He may not be in the 2nd round, but it wasn't that far off. And he was going for it. There was no messing around tonight.
He wasn't far from finishing that in the 3rd. Really close.
No, very.
Other referees could have called an end to it. So guy, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Well, deserved winner, I'd say. And I think now a fight against AJ to unify the belts would be something excellent, especially if it's in Wembley. I know that chat about Saudi Arabia, but I don't think now that Eddie Hearn's going to wrangle that, to be honest.
AJ's confidence is shaky anyway, and he would not have liked what he saw from Fury there.
I think he'd be lucky to go beyond 3 rounds if Fury is fighting like that. I've never seen him fight like that. That was absolutely just another level. He really took it to another level. I think he realised he couldn't, how do I say it, mess around. And as you say, not they gave, as you say, he gave too much respect to Wilder, but in a way I felt like he really knew the whole game plan, and he just said, okay, right, I've got to rise above this and show that I'm better at his own game, if you like. And he took it to him. He realised
He realised that everybody fears Wilder's right hand. It's become this huge thing in the media, even everything.
Yeah.
But if Wilder's walking backwards, how's he ever going to put the power in that shot? He's not. So he just mauled him from the very beginning. He does it all the time. What he did in the first fight, he'd hit him with 2 or 3 shots, and then he would dance and move away. This time, hit him with 2 or 3, and then he would go right in and hit him with even more.
Yeah.
Obviously, it looked a bit messy because it got tied up at times, but that was mainly Wilder holding on. But every time, he went forwards.
Yeah.
And Wilder did not have a clue what to do.
And also, Fury knew he could take the best of Wilder had, because Fury took that punch in the fucking 12th round last time.
Yeah.
And that's the time. He didn't think in the first, he was in the 12th and got straight back up and went on to dominate the rest of the round. So he knew. I mean, boxers are knocked out and different things. People always say, like a few of those, in several fights aren't good for you, and then your chin gets weaker. But with Fury, there was none of that chat when he took that punch off Wilder. Obviously, he got straight back up.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of strength, and it doesn't seem to affect him being hit like it does other people. He really, as you say, he's clear-minded. You can't often even tell the way he's talking. He's had a fight sometimes. So I think on every performance, 10 out of 10. Every aspect of the fight, 10 out of 10 for Tyson.
Oh, he was brilliant. Yeah,
absolutely first class.
Yeah, but so we're gonna know within 30 days if there's a rematch or not.
Yeah. What would you like, Matt? What would you like?
Honestly, I prefer it to go on to
AJ.
Against AJ. I think that Wilder's a better fighter than AJ, but I think that chapter's closed. I mean, Fury did win the first fight, but okay, it was given as a draw. Make of that what you will. And everyone said, well, Fury might win on points this one. If he does, then it's not necessarily conclusive. No one was expecting him to just beat Wilder like that.
Yeah.
But if he does do that, which he has done, then it's pretty conclusive and clear now that Fury's better than Wilder. So, I'm not quite sure why we need that third fight. We're not going to learn any more, I don't think.
Look, I mean,
I'd rather see the AJ fight, although I'm sure
I totally agree. I think, to be fair to Wilder, if he does want it, I think it is half fair enough, because he's the one who gave Fury the chance. Nobody else was. AJ didn't give him the chance.
Yeah.
And he's done it twice, even knowing that basically Fury beat him when he got up from his best shot. So that all being said, he deserves a second chance or a third chance if he wants it, what have you. But I think for spectators now, probably the AJ fight will be better. Though if I'm being very honest, the quality of the fight, I don't actually know. Because if Fury comes like that, it's going to be over pretty quickly, I think. And that's no disrespect to AJ, but what he just did to Wilder, nobody expected. And he's really raised his level significantly. Whereas, AJ has had a few,
and just
challenges in his fights,
and just physically, as big as AJ is, he's not as tall and rangy as Wilder.
Yeah.
He's a smaller guy again. And I mean, you look at the difference in size there last night between, Wilder looked a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So
I thought the condition of Fury, his weight, everything was style was absolutely perfect. And I think taking it that kind of, everyone loves his showboating, everyone loves his personality and persona. But I thought the way he went about that was a real professional and a real champion. And I don't think there isn't anybody who can match him at the moment. There just isn't. He really showed he was a champion.
And he came out sitting on a throne, carried out or wheeled out for his ring entrance. Again, if someone's really that fearful, they probably wouldn't be that cocky.
No.
It's just total belief that he was going to do the job. And that's the difference, I think.
And I think he showed a lot of pundits what he can do, because obviously people want to hype the fight, and that's what was going into this. The technical fighter against the knockout fighter, but he showed he could do the both.
You can never go forwards against Wilder. He's much too powerful. Yeah. Well, I mean, he just literally moved him. So
yeah. But as I said, I think he was the only one who thought that Wilder would win, but that didn't come to pass.
Yeah, but I don't think many people really believe that Tyson would win in that way. Just absolutely dominate him. Yeah, it was an amazing fight, really.
The only thing I always felt slightly was that people underplayed his power. Not that he's was known for being so powerful, but I always thought he must have had the ability to be powerful because of his size. It's not like someone like that would be light-handed. Exactly. I mean, he's 6'9", for goodness sake, almost 20 stone, and he must be able to have that power, and he certainly showed it. It was a real step up for him, I felt. And
I'm just not sure. Obviously, there's going to be money in it, but I'm not sure how much demand there is for the third fight between them. Even like myself, I'm pretty clear that now that's decided. They've had two fights. Fury completely outboxed him in one, and in the other, absolutely smashed him to bits. I mean, that's the only two outcomes there can be. So,
and I don't see it getting better for Wilder, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure the public are going to be that captured by the third fight. There's money there, but there's certainly not money there like there is against Fury. But if Wilder has the right for us the rematch, if he wants it, it will happen.
I mean, what do you think if let's say Fury fought AJ? Both got titles now, so it's they're both going into it with something.
There's finally unified, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think that if Fury did what he just did against Wilder to AJ, and I don't even think there would be any need for a rematch with that. So maybe Wilder and AJ could kind of almost have like a fight following that, almost like a decide who, almost like a
second, third place fight.
Well, not in that to see, like when people say, "Oh, well, let's see if they can raise their game to Fury's level," because there's not anybody else. They can fight each other, and the winner of that could fight him, maybe something like that. That would probably be a better way to go, because it also gave him a bit more time to prepare and kind of regroup and everything. You don't want to be jumping straight back into that.
I mean, a fighter with a brain that really thinking forwards shouldn't really be fighting much longer than the likes of like Deontay Wilder, already around like 34, 35 years old. The guy now has got probably close to $100 million he's banked in the last few years. So, I'm not really sure he needs all these fights, because he's still going to risk danger fighting the likes of AJ and Fury. If I was him, I would walk off into the sunset at this point, certainly after the rematch with Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I can see.
What else is...
To be fair, I can see one or two more fights. Either a rematch against Fury if that happens, or if AJ and Fury fight, maybe a fight against AJ as well. Because to be honest, I think Wilder has what it takes to beat AJ, and I think it'll be a big fight. I mean, there are only so many marquee fights around, so to speak, and obviously the only thing will be once Fury fights AJ, if he does beat him as conclusively as he did tonight, then I think that'll be pretty much it for him, because there'll be nobody left to fight.
But what Fury single-handedly does, he's gone to Germany and beaten Klitschko, and he's gone to America and beaten Wilder.
Yeah.
And the reason none of these other fights ever happened is because of the fighters refusing to go to the other fighters' countries and things like that. Fury's gone there and beat all these people.
No, yeah, I totally
single-handedly, completely raised the game and the profile of it.
And also, he's had such a comeback as well. That's why it's not like he just went on from Klitschko and dominated. I mean, what a comeback he's had. I mean, when you see the size of him and all of his, mental health challenges and all the rest of it, I mean, it's been a really great story for sport and boxing in general. Then to literally raise the level above again to that performance tonight, I think speaks volumes about him. So,
slightly off topic, but I know they said last time, however, wasn't Tyson Fury nominated for Sports Personality of the Year?
Well, I think
if he isn't this time, I think it's a sad state of affairs of the BBC.
Oh no, I think
you've got the biggest personality and the biggest achievement in boxing.
Yep.
Well, if he isn't, I think it will say it all about institutional sort of racism within the BBC over all sorts of things. But it's quite amazing.
No, I think he will be. I think he will be. After that performance, I think to be fair to Tyson, there may have been a bit of maybe this is too strong a word, but a bit of a stigma around him because of, different things that have happened in the past. But I think he's really transformed those into positives and shown that anyone can do it. From as you said, being suicidal and everything, to coming back and conquering the world of boxing.
Well,
So
I mean,
more power to him.
Everybody more than ever is aware that have a bit of empathy for these people with mental health issues instead of bashing them for saying the wrong thing one time.
Yeah,
so this is an absolute brilliant chance to show that, from a BBC's point of view. So I think
I just wonder who will play him in the movie.
Well, I think I'm available. So you could play Paris's wife.
Well, you have to grow about a foot first. But I think that. But anyway, I think that's that would be funny. But okay. Well, thanks everyone for listening, and just say I hope you all enjoyed the fight, because that was a real moment of sporting greatness, and that's why heavyweight boxing is still the pinnacle of pay-per-view events and all the rest, and causes so many headlines, because it is exciting, and two people who are at the top of their game going at it and laying it all on the line like that is something quite unique, really. So I thought it was a great moment for sport and a great moment for
and
Tyson Fury.
It's an old cliche, but thanks to these two guys, boxing was the winner, you know?
Yeah, no, I really think it was this time, yeah, because sometimes things happen in boxing that leave you questioning what's actually happening. But both promoters played it totally fair in terms of they had the fight, they put it on, and they went with it.
Never got cancelled. They were always on time.
They gave Tyson another chance when there was no real need for them to do it. They didn't have to. No insistence for them to do it, and fair play to Wilder. And that's why if he wants a rematch, then he deserves it because he gave Tyson a shot. So fair play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, we will be back soon with another episode of The Weigh-In. And until then, enjoy boxing and enjoy MMA. Cheers.
What? Enjoy MMA?
MMA. No,
what?
I'll cut that bit out. Just cut that part.
Enjoy MMA for?
No, because I thought our channel was...
enjoy baseball. Enjoy rounders at the park.
But anyway, you can stop recording now. I thought that was quite a good one, didn't you? That's a lot better than you.